For nearly 3 years, he sat on the same broken piece of pavement. Same torn clothes, same empty bowl, same heavy silence. People passed him every day. Some dropped a few coins. Some looked away. Most didn't see him at all. Until the day he wasn't there. Suddenly, the empty space was louder than his silence had ever been. A woman who walked that route every morning slowed down, confused, and asked a shopkeeper, "Where's the beggar who always sits here?" That one question opened up a story nobody expected. His name was Musa, and before the streets became his home, he was a young man with dreams. He wanted to be a teacher. He wanted to write stories. He believed that, eventually, life would make sense. But life doesn't always play by the rules. His father passed away unexpectedly. His mother fought to keep them afloat, but the weight was too much. School became a luxury he could no longer afford, and hunger became a constant companion. One bad decision followed another, and slowly, quietly, hope began to fade. At first, Musa fought against his circumstances. Then, he learned to adjust to them. And finally, he came to believe they were permanent. That was the moment everything truly changed. He started waking up each morning already defeated. Not because he was weak, but because he had accepted a story someone else wrote for him. A story that said, "This is all you will ever be." Coins became his salary. The roadside became his office. Begging became his identity. The most dangerous day of his life wasn't the day he started begging. It was the day he stopped believing he could ever be anything else. Then one afternoon, as the sun hung low in the sky, something unusual happened. A man stopped right in front of Musa, but he didn't toss a coin into the bowl. He didn't even speak at first. He just sat down on the dusty pavement, right there beside him. People walking by stared, confused. The man finally turned to Musa and asked a simple question. "What do you see all day, sitting here?" Musa answered without even thinking, "People who have everything I don't." The man nodded slowly. "And what do you think they see when they look at you?" Musa had no answer. He just looked down. The man continued, his voice calm but firm. "You believe your life stopped because of what happened to you. But the truth is, your life stopped because you stopped expecting anything more from it." Musa felt a flicker of irritation. Expectation doesn't fill an empty stomach. The man smiled a knowing smile. "No," he agreed, "but it decides whether that hunger will control you forever." Before he left, the man didn't give Musa money. Instead, he placed a small, worn notebook in Musa's hand and walked away. Inside, written in neat handwriting, was a single sentence. "The moment you change how you see yourself, life will be forced to respond differently." That night, for the first time in years, Musa couldn't sleep. It wasn't because of hunger. It was because that sentence was echoing in his mind, over and over again. And for the first time, he asked himself a dangerous, powerful question. What if this road isn't my destiny? What if it's just my decision? The next morning, Musa returned to the same spot. Same clothes, same bowl. But something inside him was different. He sat up straight. He looked people directly in the eye. He carried himself with a newfound respect, not for them, but for himself. The woman who ran the food stall across the street noticed the change. After a few days, she walked over and said, "You don't carry yourself like someone who has given up. If you want, you can help me clean up after I close. I'll make sure you have a good meal." Musa hesitated. Begging was familiar. It was safe. Taking a job, even a small one, felt risky. But growth always feels risky at first. He looked at her and said, "Yes." The work was exhausting. His hands ached. His body protested. But as he worked, something he thought he had lost forever began to return. His dignity. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Musa learned the rhythm of the business. He saved every spare coin. He showed up every single day, without fail. People in the neighborhood stopped calling him the beggar. They started calling him Musa, the hard-working man at the food stall. 2 years later, Musa stood proudly behind a small food stand of his own. It was a humble setup, but it was his. One evening, a well-dressed man walked up to order. As Musa handed him his food, the man smiled. "Do you remember me?" he asked. Musa looked closer, and his eyes widened. It was the man from the roadside, the man with the notebook. "You didn't change my life," Musa said, his voice filled with emotion. You changed my mindset. The man shook his head gently. No, he replied. You changed your mindset. Life simply followed. That was the day Musa truly understood a profound truth. Your situation does not define who you are. Your mindset is what introduces you to your future. Your circumstances are temporary, but the story you tell yourself about those circumstances can become permanent. If this story resonated with you, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself this. What part of my life have I accepted as final that I shouldn't have? What story have I been telling myself that is holding me back? Your life doesn't change when your situation changes. It changes the moment you decide to change. If this message spoke to you today, please like this video so it can reach more people who need to hear it. Comment below with one belief about yourself that you are choosing to change right now. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because here we are all about growth, mindset, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. Thank you for watching.